Everybody, welcome to Wrestling Tracks. David Burton, Lee Houston in the house. What's up?
I'm alright.
We got a lot to get through tonight. First of all, I wrote WrestleMania, of course. We'll get that in a second. Last Sunday, Sting last match. What do you think?
Wait, what match?
Sting last match.
I almost forgot about that. Oh boy, wow. That. Let me tell you something. It was okay for what it was. Darby damn near killed himself, which I thought was stupid. You know, one of these days he's going to end up killing himself with these stupid bumps he'd be taking. Mm-hmm. But you know what? That was all right for what it was. I mean, Steamboat and Flair getting involved, it was all right, but at the same time, I didn't like it. They're a bit too old to be doing that. But man, Sting performed very, very well. I mean, he got suplexed off the stage through a table. He got super kicked, no-sold it. Got put through a table, no-sold it. Made a nice little comeback, fought them off by himself as much and as long as he could until Darby sort of recovered, which he would because he was out for a while. And his kids was part of his entrance. He had Surfer Sting, he had Wolfpack Sting, and then they all started doing stinger splashes, if you want to call them stinger splashes. But it was all right for what it was. But I think overall, that had to be their best pay-per-view. That world title match with Samoa Joe and Swerve Strickland and Adam Page, that match was just terrible. Terrible. I mean, you literally saw these guys. I felt bad for Samoa Joe because he had to sit there and literally wait for them to do something. Like, there was a part in the match where he got up and he's dazed, and Adam Page is supposed to hit the buckshot lariat, but he's wasting his time with Strickland. And Joe has to stand there and act dazed a little bit longer so he can finally hit the move. And then when he hits the move, it was just bad. It was just bad. I really felt bad for Samoa Joe.
Well, I'll tell you this. When Joe had what was it, Swerve or Page in the choke.
Oh, that was Page.
Yeah. So rather than having Swerve break it up, you go ahead and tap out. Of course, triple threat rules. Whoever taps loses. So, yeah, said I don't want you being champion. I'm about to pass out anyway. I'm going to tap out. I don't know, man. Kind of like the pump move right there.
Yeah, that match was not good. And it looks like Strickland ain't done with Samoa Joe, so it looks like that story's going to continue. And I told you Okada was going to sign with AEW, and that's exactly what he did. And Mercedes Moné is next. I won't put it past as she debuts next week during their special episode of Big Business, which will also feature Darby Allin against Jay White. Adam Copeland, the former Edge, challenged Christian to one more match, and Christian declined. Now, apparently that's supposed to lead to something, but Christian, yeah, he ain't looking too interested. Right now, Christian is the best thing on that damn show.
I want to state this for the record. Your dad might be all right, but Christian is the world's greatest father.
Christian is the world's greatest father. He's the world's greatest performer right now. Like I said, he's the best thing in AEW right now. Christian Cage is the man, and Okada's a heel. Eddie Kingston thought he had backup, but nope.
Also, few bits of news from the Elite as far as Matt Nick Jackson performing the corporate duties go. What you call it? What you call it?
Talking about his brother?
Huh?
Talking about the Young Bucks?
Yeah, I'm talking about the guy from North Carolina. What's his name? You know his name.
I'm trying to figure out who you're talking about.
He still I work with Kenny Omega. There you go. Kenny Omega was fired from the Elite.
Oh yeah. 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 I was like, that's strange. But we gotta say congratulations to both Paul Heyman and Bull Nakano. And WWE needs to start showing these videos again. For everybody that goes into the Hall of Fame, they need to start showing those videos. Because you're not going to know who's going in if you're not on social media or if you're not on WWE.com. You're not going to know who's going in. So WWE needs to show these videos like they were doing in the past. Show a Hall of Fame video on all the shows. Like, okay, this is the newest inductee going into the 2024 class of the Hall of Fame. That's easy.
Paul Heyman, especially Paul Heyman, well deserved too.
Absolutely. And Bull Nakano's well deserved as well. Next week we'll find out the next inductee. I'm surprised they did it so late though.
You know, Paul Heyman literally grew up in the wrestling business. It all started when he somehow weaseled his way backstage as a closed-up production meeting with Dusty Rhodes, baby. And from that day, it just took off.
I remember, well, it makes sense for him to go in, being that they're in Philadelphia, and Philadelphia made its home for ECW. I wouldn't put it past if another former ECW alumni goes in the Hall of Fame this year as well. Of course, they already have all their Hall of Fame inductees, and they're going to be announced later on in the coming weeks. We already know two. Like I said, Paul Heyman and the legendary Bull Nakano, who looks completely different today, as opposed to 20 years ago or 30 years ago.
Those who don't know Bull Nakano,
Nakano looks like a completely different person.
Yeah, but those, like, I'm talking about all these young folks. Tell them about it.
I saw a recent picture of her and Oscar, and it looked like if you put Bull Nakano 30 years ago next to the picture of what she looks like now, you probably was like, no way, that's not her. That can't be her. It looked like two completely different people. She's skinny. She lost a lot of weight. She has long blonde hair. She's a beautiful woman. But when I seen that, I was like, no way. That's not Bull Nakano. But man, you gotta see that picture, by the way. I was like, that's not her. That's not her. That's not her.
For those who don't know, if you look her up, Bull Nakano, she got some cool stuff.
Well, she spent most of her career in Japan.
Yeah.
She also wrestled in both WWE and WCW. She's a former WWE Women's Champion also. And honestly, she's had a legendary Hall of Fame career, and she deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Like, she's had a long career. She started her career back in the 80s. And she retired in the early 2000s and called it quits. But I remember watching her in WWE. In WCW.
Steve calling it quits. There you go. I ain't just trying to get out here.
Yeah.
I hope, unlike a certain individual, I hope Sting's retirement is Sting's retirement, which means I ain't no matter what, I'm done.
I think Sting is done. The guy is 65 years old. He's very limited in the ring, but he did a lot. He put his body on the line. Some of the stuff he did, he shouldn't have done, but yeah, I think he's done. I honestly think he's done. I don't think he's wrestling again.
The cool part for me is Sting lives here in Texas.
Yeah.
I saw him. Somebody showed me a picture of him at Walker and Waxahachie at Walmart. I'm like, Sting doing his own. I was surprised he's doing his own shopping and everything.
Mm-hmm. Sting has been. Remember, he had to retire once before, then to come back, have a couple of matches. Like, you know what? Now I'm going to retire on my terms. Okay, see, the first time around, it was forced retirement due to that injury against Seth Rollins at Night of Champions in 2015, when a lot of people thought, including myself, like, yeah, that's a career-ending injury, he's done. But that's a wonderful thing, because that I know that has to suck to retire because you don't have a choice because of the injuries, and then to know that you're cleared to wrestle and you can wrestle again, and then you can retire on your terms, continue your career and retire on your terms when you're good and ready. I mean, Sting and Edge and Christian and Bryan Danielson, all these people that got to come back and finish their careers. Well, of course, Edge and Christian are still going, but Sting is retired. But I think that's pretty damn cool. What about, do you think Gunther's going to walk out of Mania still champion?
I think so.
Got this big gauntlet match on Raw, and the winner of the gauntlet match will face Gunther at WrestleMania. We know, I think Sami Zayn's in the match, Chad Gable's in the match, and 4 other guys are in the match. I think Big Bronson Reed's in the match as well. Yeah, I'm very interested to see who he faces at WrestleMania, because that triple threat match he had last year against Drew McIntyre and Sheamus, that match was a classic. See, I don't mind multi-man matches, depending on which ones. I'm not big on fatal four-ways. I never really cared for those. Triple threats, all okay. I can work with triple threat matches. They're not bad. And there's been a lot of good ones over the years. And I just mentioned one, Sheamus, McIntyre, and of course, Gunther. Another one of my favorites is Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar, and John Cena from Royal Rumble 2015. If you haven't seen that triple threat match, check that out. That was an amazing triple threat match. And how can I forget? You're talking about triple threat matches. AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, and Samoa Joe, TNA's Unbreakable.
Yeah. Y'all. First, I hope I don't lose. I hope I don't lose power. It's raining over here. I hope I don't lose power. I called it a while ago. Like Sting called his last match. I was like, they go. Two things gonna happen. Darby Allin gonna relinquish the titles, and they're gonna do a tournament. And of course, that's what happens. The AEW, they love tournaments. Y'all just love tournaments.
Well, like they had a choice. I mean, Sting's retiring. He can't keep the belts.
Yeah.
So, of course, they're going to have to do something where they crown new champions. And new champions will be crowned. Now that Sting is retired, Darby Allin and Sting are no longer the tag team champions. Mm-hmm. So now they got to crown new tag team champions. Now, and their next pay-per-view is next month.
On a good note, very few people can retire as champion. Very few people have done that.
Yeah. You're absolutely right about that. Sting got to retire on top. Mm. Which is another feat in itself. Because a lot of people don't get to end their careers and retire on top. Especially on a big stage like that. And that's the thing. You never know when you're going to have that last match.
Yeah. Also, I want to say our condolences to Virgil, the family of Virgil.
Yes, Soul Train Jones, who just passed away this past week. And he's not the only person that passed away this past week. Of course, Ole Anderson, he was the week before he passed. We spoke about him briefly on the last show. And, man, like 2024 just started. Mm. And I'm like, what is going on? Somebody else just passed. I'm trying to remember who it is. It'll come to me later on. Crap, I hate when I can't remember something. But yeah, oh crap, it'll come to me later on. I'm not going to try to kill myself thinking about it. But yeah, we just lost another person. Actually, earlier this week, we lost another person. For the life of me, I can't remember who it is right now. But I'll tell you what, we are getting closer and closer and closer to WrestleMania. Speaking of WrestleMania, WWE 2K24, the video game, is out now. And the showcase mode is 40 years of WrestleMania. So you get to reenact classic select matches from many, many, many past WrestleManias. I mean, you got Savage versus Steamboat from WrestleMania 3. You have Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior from WrestleMania 6. The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 25. You have Roman Reigns versus Cody, last year's WrestleMania. And, of course, can't forget Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and Ronda Rousey from WrestleMania 35. First time females main event at WrestleMania. And actually, WrestleMania 35 was the last WrestleMania to be one night. See, I haven't played the game yet, but I've seen a lot of footage. But I will be playing the game tomorrow. I'm going to see a friend of mine and going to have some fun playing that game. And I know you are going to have some fun as well because you're going to be at SmackDown.
Oh, yeah. In fact, tomorrow night live.
Dallas, Texas, SmackDown. The Bloodline will be in the house. Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes will also be in the house. This is going to be an interesting episode of SmackDown tomorrow. And it's sold out.
The Rock has challenged Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. If y'all beat us, Bloodline will have nothing to do with your match. If we beat y'all, we do what the hell we want to do. I want to answer by Friday. Next Friday, on SmackDown. So Cody Rhodes will say yes, no. I'm assuming he's going to say yes. And if Cody Rhodes can beat Answer Rollins to be Rock and Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes may have a chance to finish his damn story.
Yeah, but remember The Rock challenged both Seth and Cody and sort of dared them to show up, and they're coming. It's like, we're going to SmackDown.
Now,
Seth Rollins gave himself a problem.
Like I said last time, I was hoping the WWE go like this with the Bloodline. Like with addition of The Rock, I was hoping The Rock would be the High Chief, Roman Reigns would be the Tribal Chief, Solo the Muscle, Jimmy Uso the Comedian Relief. We're not doing that route, unfortunately.
No. Seth Rollins also has to deal with Drew McIntyre. And Drew McIntyre was right. He was like, you can't put all your focus on the Bloodline because you got to deal with me. And that's exactly, and Cody, to his credit, offered stuff like, listen, you don't have to stand with me and fight this fight against the Bloodline. You can just focus on McIntyre. And Seth was like, no, I got your back. I can handle this. I can handle the Bloodline, and I can handle Drew McIntyre. Well, Cody Rhodes just made a good point. He tried to attack Jimmy Uso, and doing that, he got taken out by McIntyre. Like, he lost focus, and it cost him a Claymore. Now, if that happens, we may see a new World Heavyweight Champion. Hell, there's a chance Seth may not even be 100%. You don't think the Bloodline is going to, try to soften him up and take him out and put him out of his misery? You know, the sad thing is that takes away from somebody. Because that match could have gone to somebody else. So you got 3 out of the 4 guys are wrestling on both nights. Mm-hmm. And again, that takes away from somebody else. So that part sucks. Like WrestleMania being 2 nights, I personally don't like it. But at the same time, that's a good thing for the guys and the girls. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that sucks for the other guys and girls who work hard all year long to be placed on that card. And then to not have an opportunity because of a tag team match. With 3 out of the 4 guys wrestling on both nights, sort of not fair, but it takes away from people. That's the part that sucks.
Well, I'll tell you what.
And
hang on a second here. I just had it. I'll pull it up right here. Okay, I'll tell you what. In the meantime, we gotta take care of the business here. I don't have a segue. I got my segue, so I'm just going straight into it. Hang on a second here. One second. There you go. Hang on one second. I should know this by now, but my
delivery.
car is tripping right now. Hang on a second here. That's why I should see you a copy of this from now on, dang it, because we always just have it right
here. Maybe you should. Hey man, Nick Nemeth he's doing his thing right now. He's a champion in New Japan. IWGP Global Champion Matt Riddle, who just wrestled another indie show this past week and won, and defended the IWGP World Television title at that same show and won the match and retained the title. It's Matt Riddle's first championship outside of WWE since he was released. Same goes for Nick Nemeth and former Dolph Ziggler.
All right.
Mr. Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler.
All right, here you go.
I think he may return one day, but time will tell.
Hey, you're starting to improve yourself a little bit with Dolph Ziggler. Anyway, Wrestling Train brought to you by Back in the Report LLC. They put the D in delivery. They have a city license. You can drive trucks. You want information? Call 888-712-2587 or 204-7259. We got backup.com for all your information. And also, if you go to WrestlingTracks.net, use the code LUCK in all caps. You get 20% off your order at WrestlingTracks.net.
Yeah, John Cena has a new movie coming out called Ricky Stanley.
Called who?
That's Ricky Stanley. I don't know much about the movie, but I do know it's going to be coming out in the next couple of days.
Ricky Stanley. Interesting.
Yeah. That's his newest movie. And of course he has The Peacemaker Season 2. Along with, that's all DC Comics, so DC Comics has several movies and TV shows. So John Cena will be back to play the Peacemaker, which is a spin-off of the Suicide Squad.
I'll tell you, everybody look. Hey, remember Garfield?
Who?
Garfield.
Yeah.
You remember Garfield? Yeah, well, everybody... I don't think it's an origin story, but it starts out origin story. But Garfield's movie is going to be interesting. I don't know, probably sometime Memorial Day weekend. It's cool. You got Snoop Dogg in there. You got Samuel L. Jackson in there. I'm pretty sure you're getting Cousins family movie. So anyway, check out Garfield Memorial Day weekend.
I heard something about that, but I never paid it any mind.
It's good.
John Cena. I won't be surprised he shows up at WrestleMania. And gets involved in a show in some way, shape, or form. Remember last year, he wrestled Austin Theory for the United States title. Of course, he didn't win. John Cena hasn't won a singles match since 2018. When he beat Triple H at the greatest Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Hasn't won a singles match since. Damn, that's 6 years. 6 years. Well, I think this year, trust me, he's going to have a match. Depending on the match, I think he's going to break that. I'm going to call it the streak of bad luck. Since he hasn't won any singles matches, I'm going to call it the streak of bad luck. And I think that bad luck will end this year if he has a singles match. Because there's no guarantee what type of match he's going to be in. Could be a handicap match. Could be a tag team match. Could be a ladder match. Who knows? What about Logan Paul? Only defending the United States title twice since he's won it in November. Like, what is going on there? Maybe it's because the guy's a part-timer. I don't know, but he should be defending that title more. And And how about Rey Mysterio coming back? You know, he's fun.
I don't hear what do it. All right, we got technical issues. Say again?
I said Rey Mysterio's back, and I can see he's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like he's like 30 years. Without his mask on, without his mask on, like a 15-year-old boy. But now, and he's got the gray hair. He had a new too. It was different from his. I don't know if he was. It was different. I mean, Sam and the rest of the ghetto filled in Tasma. They're going to have their hands full. Mysterio about WrestleMania. They didn't dance speaking of WrestleMania. He's in that gauntlet match. Last year, J.D. McDonough on Judgment Day. I just remember he's in that gauntlet match for the Intercontinental title. Is this will be a gauntlet match, and the winner of that gauntlet match will face Gunther at WrestleMania for the title. And I just remembered that J.D. McDonough's in the match. He's in the match. Sami Zayn's in the match. Chad Gable's in the match. And I said it's going to be an interesting match. And whoever he faces, I think is going to be very good. Because a lot of his matches are always very good. You know how Sheamus likes to say banger after banger after banger. Well, you can say that about Gunther. Banger after banger after banger. I think Ricochet's in that match too. I think. It's been a while since they had a gauntlet match, so this should be very interesting. I remember one gauntlet match they had on Raw with all the Elimination Chamber participants, and this was back in 2018. Seth Rollins went over an hour. The 7-man Elimination Chamber match. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
With Strowman and Cena and the rest of them. On the last Raw before that chamber, they had a gauntlet match. With every wrestler in the match, Seth Rollins went over an hour, beating John Cena and beating Roman Reigns in the process before getting pinned by Elias. Of course, Strowman will go on to win the gauntlet match, but he did not win the match, or the chamber match. We all know Roman Reigns won that match. And he went on to face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 34 and lost. That's the one where Brock Lesnar was angry. So angry, he went backstage and threw the Universal title at Vince and left the building. To this day, I still don't know what Brock was mad about, but I guess that's something we'll never know. He went backstage, saw Vince, threw the belt at him, and walked out. And Vince was like, asshole. Yeah, so when Brock threw the belt at him and hit Vince in the face, I was like, what's going on here? And Brock is not happy about something. I don't know if Roman did something in the match. I don't know. But he just wasn't happy. Brock Lesnar's daughter, Maya, is a beast. Saw another picture of her walking out.
No, I say respectfully. Maya,
no, it wasn't a picture, it's a video.
Maya is like Brock Lesnar with titties. Just like Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, you got a point, yeah. She looks just like him. She's a spitting image of him. But you're right, though, not to sound mean.
Yeah, of course. I mean, no, it's fact. It just look like you look just like your daddy. Ain't no need no DNA test. You look just like your daddy.
Imagine if she decided to get into pro wrestling and she signed with WWE. She'll be bigger than a lot of the girls there.
I'll tell you this.
Well, actually, she already is, but you know what I mean.
You might as well just hand over the championship then.
Like, here you go. We don't want no trouble. Like, that's Brock Lesnar's kid. She's going to be a problem.
Uh-huh.
Oh, man, can you imagine? See, thinking about that, it's like there's so many possibilities of the women that she can possibly have matches with. She trains and gets polished. Oh, my God. I can see her winning the title, holding it for over a year.
Mm-hmm.
She could have like a Rhea Ripley title reign. Actually, speaking of Rhea Ripley, she's approaching 1 year as champion. She won a title at WrestleMania last year, and she's been champion ever since. That means come WrestleMania, it will be officially a year. 365 days. What about Roman Reigns, right? I think Roman's losing. His time's up.
Excuse you?
His time is up. And right now, Rhea Ripley's at 340.
Where you a little faith, bro?
340 days as women's champion, Rhea Ripley.
Nah, Rhea. I'm like, you a little faith. You just dominant like that.
Yeah, Roman's losing this year. Roman's losing.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'm gonna say this. Cody Rhodes, if he's an idiot if he don't win the match. Ain't nobody you ain't getting 3 chances to finish the damn story. I believe in second chances. You ain't getting 3 chances.
I don't think he would get 3.
If he don't win, it's all for naught.
Roman Reigns has been. This is nuts. Roman Reigns has been Universal Champion for 1,284 days. Mm-hmm. And he's been WWE Champion for 703 days. That's a long time. He is the longest Universal Champion. Yeah, if Cody don't win, which I don't see him losing, but if Cody don't win, he should never step to Roman Reigns again.
Ever. Don't come unless we simp. In fact, every opponent that faces Roman Reigns, everybody, don't come for you. Don't come from the Tribal Chief unless we send for you.
I'm inclined to agree. Stay away from Roman Reigns if you don't win. No, this is Cody's last opportunity. This is it.
Mm-hmm.
I say this is all or nothing. Like he said, I have to finish the story for myself, for my dad, and for my family. Yeah, he tells that story a lot. How his father won the WWE Championship in 1977, only to have the belt taken from him and not be recognized as champion. And Cody was like, I got to finish that story and right that wrong by winning the title. Mm-hmm. That's where the whole story stuff came from. So I know there's people who's like, what is he talking about when he means finish the story? Now you know, for those that don't know listening to us. Now, Cody. If he messes up, he should never go near Roman Reigns again. Also, or like you say, ever.
Also, AEW, Wardlow had the championship opportunity. And I said this, like I said a while ago, I said this, and I stand by what I said. I'll say it again. I'm saying it in my chest. Wardlow's the biggest, I'll put this, the biggest itch would have been if he wins the championship and hands it over to Adam Cole.
You better not do that.
You are the biggest tool in professional wrestling. If he, God forbid, he hands it over, you don't put up a fight today. You just ego. You are the biggest tool in professional wrestling.
I agree. Wardlow, that would be the biggest mistake Wardlow's ever made in his life.
Who in the hell has? Then on top of that, you don't even fight for it. Nah, you just hand it over. At least fight for the thing. I have more respect for him. We have a match. I lose the match. So be it. But I'm not gonna just hand over a championship. I just won.
I'm the same way. I wouldn't either. I would not either. I mean, some people who don't match at all. There's a lot of guys who has been wrestled 15, 20, 30 years and never got a shot at the world title. Mm-hmm. So you get a shot at the world title and you win and you give it away, you shouldn't even be in the business as far as I'm concerned.
All right.
Now, if you don't care about the damn thing, then that's different. But if you ain't in the business to be a world champion, don't get in the business at all.
Now, I try to censor myself, but I'll screw it. I'm going to say the word. First, let me say this. Like we say time and time again, it's one thing if you've been there, done that. People like Ric Flair, John Cena, Steve Austin, Undertaker, they've been there, done that. Now, if you've been there, fine. You a youngin', you're a rookie in the business. You try to climb up in the business. You just getting started, and you don't want to be world champion. You're part of the job. Now I'm gonna say this, but I'm gonna go ahead and say the word. Like I said earlier, and I say it with my chest. I mean this here. Wardlow is the biggest bitch in professional wrestling if he hands over that championship.
You know what? I don't do this often, but I will agree with you. You stupid tool. You stupid man.
You might as well just bend over, put your pants down, bend over.
Well, hopefully he makes the right decision. And the right decision is the right one.
Right.
Don't be an idiot. You get an opportunity, take that opportunity, and then you make use of that opportunity and you become champion, you need to stay champion. I would not give that title to anybody, no matter how much money I'm offered. I don't care if $1 million man is like, hey, you want $1 million? It's like, no. Well, I'm not giving that up. You know how hard I work for this? I'm not giving that up to nobody.
Speaking of Ted DiBiase, I think I asked you this before. Of course, I asked this because I wasn't born yet. So what happened? What happened though after Ted DiBiase sold Andre the Giant the belt?
Oh, he was stripped of the title. Yeah. Yeah, he wanted to buy the WWE Championship. Hogan said no. Instead of Ted wrestling for the title, he used his money, and Andre took the money. He was like, oh, okay, I'll beat Hogan. I'll take the belt, and I'll just hand it to you.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they would cheat. Andre would cheat. And then Andre would win the belt and immediately give it to DiBiase.
Mm-hmm.
And then DiBiase was stripped of the title.
I asked that because at the time, this was like mid-'80s. We didn't have Raw at the time, so we had once a month WWF program at the time. That's why I brought that up, because like I wasn't born yet, and we had monthly TV at the time. We didn't have weekly like Raw, SmackDown.
Well, you had weekly afternoon shows, weekly 1 hour afternoon shows, and the.
Hang on a second, y'all got technical problems. All right, say again. Hang on, let me bring it back. Hang on. Hello? I cut him off. Hey, when he does this, man. Hang on 1 second, y'all. Bring him back. We're gonna bring him back 1 second. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm trying to bring back David Burton here. Hang on, y'all. I'm trying to bring him back. Hang on. All right, there you go. Sorry about that, y'all. Hey, y'all, when you disconnect your call back, man.
I thought I was still on the line.
Hey, you over there talking.
We was talking about the ladies, but the $1 million man being handed the WWE title by Andre the Giant. And here there wasn't a Raw and SmackDown back then. There wasn't no Raw and SmackDown. There were no general managers.
Yes, sir. The only kind of authority figures they had was Jack Tunney. Of course, behind the scenes, Mr. Man's the owner, but behind the scenes, Vince owned the thing. But Jack Tunney was on-screen president.
Yep. Everybody told Vince.
Oh, your phone is horrible, man. All right, there you go.
I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah.
Loud and clear. Oh, man, SmackDown is very interesting.
Yes, sir. It should be good.
The entire show's up. What about Dakota Kai turning on Bailey? She was with Damage Control the whole time. Kind of felt bad for Bailey, but in a way, she kind of should have seen that coming. Remember, Dakota Kai did turn on Tegan Knox and Rhea Ripley's War Games team, so she has a history of stabbing people in the back. And I was just watching that too the other day. That was War Games 2019, back when NXT still had the black and gold. And there was no 2.0. I will say this: I still don't like it, but it's better. It's better now. It's better now than it was when it started initially. I'll say that.
And I want to say better now, but it's okay.
It's improved.
I don't like it for my petty reasons. Basically, I'm just petty about it.
Yeah, a lot of people feel that way.
I don't like the way the crowd sits.
I do feel it was better when it was back when they had the black and gold era.
Yeah.
They could come back to that, but I guess they're just going to leave things the way that it is. I know you're going to have so much fun tomorrow. You may not even have a voice after tomorrow.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. By the way, unlike Raw, this is 2 hours, so hopefully when doors open, they'll be ready to go. Doors open at 6:30. So start at 7:00, be over by 9ish. So yeah.
I remember the last SmackDown they had in Dallas and being there and getting there at almost 6:00. Well, actually, no, I got there a little later. Got there 10 minutes before 7, being stuck in traffic. I was like, I'm going to miss the start of the show. I ran as fast as I could because I did not want to miss a thing. And I got there in time, 10 minutes before the show started. I was already in my seat.
I hate when people just get up in my waist. I figured out I can pull out my DirecTV app and watch SmackDown while I'm in the building.
That is annoying. I had that happen a couple times.
So I decided from now on, somebody in my way I can't see, pull out your phone, open the DirecTV app if you got it, click on Fox. I can watch SmackDown while I'm at SmackDown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wait, somebody's in the way. Let me see what I can see.
Right?
Yeah, man, that's pretty damn cool. Pretty cool. I don't know if you heard about this. I think it was, I forgot which AEW pay-per-view it was. I think it might have been World's End. And this video went viral as, I forgot what pay-per-view it was. But it was an AEW pay-per-view going head-to-head with one of those, NXT shows, those premium live events that are going head to head, and there was a guy who got bored watching the AEW pay-per-view, and he started watching the network, and he was watching NXT at the show, and it went viral.
Yeah.
And then come to find out, several other people started doing the same thing.
Quite frankly, I don't see the problem with that.
You buy a ticket to one show, you go there, watch it, and you get so bored, it's like, screw this, I'm going to watch the other show. Like, it was that bad? But I went to one AEW show last year, and luckily the show was actually pretty damn okay. So it was actually pretty decent. It was their Grand Slam show last year. And Eddie Kingston won the Ring of Honor World title, beating Claudio Castagnoli. As of right now, Eddie Kingston is still the Ring of Honor World Champion. Freaking Logan Paul's been United States champion for 123 days and only defended the title twice. Braun Breaker is definitely a future WrestleMania main eventer, like Paul Heyman said. Paul's like, spoiler. I don't do predictions. I do spoilers. Well, Paul Heyman's going into the Hall of Fame, and that is a spoiler. I can't wait. I am looking forward to his induction and his speech. Ooh, his speech is going to be... I think he's going to have one of the best speeches in Hall of Fame history. Hey, you saw the rise and fall of ECW. You saw that speech he gave before that DVD ended. Think about that and think about what he... Man, I can only imagine.
And say?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Guys weren't getting paid and guys' checks was bouncing and he was still getting guys to go out there to perform and work. That's pretty damn interesting. That's when you know you are a pretty damn good motivator.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. You can't compete with that. You think Vince can get people to do that? No. He's like, all right, guys, you guys ain't getting paid because the checks are bouncing, but I need you to go out there and work tonight. Nah. As being one of the best minds to ever be in this business, definitely one of the greatest managers of all time, and a damn good booker.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much a businessman, but a good booker. Remember, there's been a lot of guys he's been associated with. Guys that worked with him, guys that worked for him, or with him. They've all gone on to become big stars. And it's a who's who of people. I mean, the Rob Van Dams and the CM Punks and the Brock Lesnar's and the Steve Austin.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank y'all for joining us tonight. We do apologize for any technical difficulties we had, but thank you for your support. We're going to go ahead and close it for tonight. We'll see you guys next time we see you. Yeah. See you, everybody.